activity happening in this early stage space. Entrepreneurship, as you know, as I've said earlier, is also a sunrise industry in that sense. And there are a lot of people who are actually throwing up pushy jobs to take up entrepreneurship as a passion, as a full-time activity. We get to see a lot of deals on an ongoing basis. It actually at times becomes a challenge in terms of trying to sift through that number of deals and figure out what's happening in this space. Clearly, we are on the right path as far as the deal flow or the entrepreneurship is concerned. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done on the funding side, on the supply side with respect to capital, for a lot of these ideas to kind of, being built out as they become mature. So that to my mind, there are players like us as well today, and enough and more around. But there is still a lot of gap in terms of the number of deals that one gets to see and the amount of capital that one can deploy, and that's something that the key thing there are 2 or 3 very important constructs that need to be in place. One, the product has to be ready from our perspective. We are not a incubator in that sense. So we are typically people who would come in at a stage when at least the minimum viable product is ready and there is some revenue on the table. And that revenue has to come from an innovative construct. It cannot be a Me Too construct. We're really not excited about something working in the US or China being replicated here. It doesn't really excite us very much, even though there might be an opportunity. Secondly, the construct of the team is very important. In terms of how complementarity of skill sets at the team level, helps add value to the business. Fills in identified need gaps either from a technology perspective or a go-to-market perspective or an operations perspective. So that is important. What is also important is how big the market is. How big the target addressable market is. There is no interest in doing stuff for a few $1 million here and there. The other thing is, so our typical, as I said, our sweet spot is 3 to 5 crores. So can we in that window give enough runway to the opportunity so that for 18 to 24 months the team is basically focused on building the business and not worrying where their next salary check or the next bill is going to come from. So we are a sector agnostic fund, and we get to look at deals all through the sectors. But we've also seen that the composition of deals month on month changes. There's like a flavor of the month. Or sometimes it is healthcare, sometimes it is education, sometimes it is mobile app, sometimes it is B2B space. So things are evolving, but common themes have been healthcare, education, e-commerce, mobile apps. That's been the common theme. So the construct that we've seen work very well is an equal mix of product development, team, and go-to-market. There has to be a fair mix of each of these 3 components in a business model for it to succeed. And that's what we push our entrepreneurs and our people who come to us for investment to see if there is that kind of, if it is skewed in one end, then other things tend to suffer, and you have to get the right balance for the entire business to grow. I think from Delhi perspective, I think the infrastructure is nice, okay, and plus there are these Gurgaon and Noida, where the 2 satellite towns in that sense, where there is enough a supply of good talent, and real estate is cheap, okay, and we've seen therefore a lot of incubation centers and startups also being fairly active in this space. I think about 30% of our deal flow typically comes from the NCR region. So we're seeing an activity picking up in this space, and the reason is because there is enough talent pool available, and at the same time infrastructure costs are under control.